On this week's episode, we ponder the question, am I racist?
And we ponder all the pop culture news. Am I racist? Are you racist? According to some people, she is racist.
Because I'm white, and it's just how we come, I guess.
Well, no. That's a fallacy, and we learned all about it. We knew, but we saw this movie called I Am Racist. I think it's a movie called...
Am I Racist?
It's a movie called Matt Walsh, Am I Racist? Or am I think it's only Am I Racist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Matt Walsh is the big narrator, protagonist, pseudo director, because it's a documentary and it has a director, but it's Matt Walsh's project, and he does the work, and you're gonna understand a little bit that more when you watch the movie. The movie is called Am I Racist? ? And it's produced by I think it's SDO Films and the Daily Wire. Again, starring Matt Walsh, and he goes into the pseudo universe of racial DEI and racial relations issues in America, and like his other documentary, What is a Woman? It gets a lot of laughs because there's a lot of absurdity.
Yeah, and I feel like that's really the goal of this film, is to just like really highlight, display, shine a spotlight on the absurdities of some aspects of the anti-racist
industry.
Actually,
you can call it industry,
because that's the other thing he exposes, like how much money some of these people are making. It's really not, I mean, obviously being anti-racist, I feel like that shouldn't even be a thing. Like, racism is bad, so obviously we should all be anti-racist. But he exposes, like, yeah, there's this whole industry, a lot of these people are making bank on this whole thing, and how easy it is to become like a DEI certified expert.
Which doesn't take long. You take an online course.
Yeah, he paid $30 and then he got a laminated card. But yeah, and then also just like some of the absurdities, some of the fallacies in the rhetoric. It was done comedically, but I feel like he managed to make some really effective points, and I wish more people would see it, because I feel like since it comes from Matt Walsh and Daily Wire, there's a whole group of people who are never ever going to see it, but who probably should.
Yeah, it's very interesting investigation. It's very interesting how he delineates the whole story, the whole project. It starts as even though if it's not in the movie, it's done as and maybe it was in real life, but it starts a personal question, right? Like, what is a woman? Because the mess we're going through these days, a simple question with an easy answer, it's being controversially destroyed, and anyways, same thing with Am I Racist? You keep hearing on the news everywhere about racist wars, about a divided country, all that. So that brought the main character a question that might come to many people, so with that question he goes through his journey, and he does the work, and he get very interesting. He talked to top authorities on the quotes of the industry, of the movement, and
the author of White Fragility, for example, whose name escapes me because
Robin
that's what happened.
DiAngelo.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good job. Usually when we start,
we
hit record on the podcast,
it has
and our
Robin
brain just...
in the name.
Oh.
It's like, Batman and Robin.
Sure.
And Batman was black and Robin was white.
Sure.
Batman wears black.
There you go. Okay.
Never mind. I just remember because I remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry.
No, that was it. Yeah, I was just like setting an example.
So, and his strategy is go through the people that follow this almost sort of religion group, and he followed them and he joined them and he tries to be part of them. So he gets to deal with leaders of the movement. And at some point he talks to one of the biggest ones, the author of this book that every news outlet is talking about, every talk show.
It was like the book to read after George Floyd.
Yeah. So and he does that, and first he tries to do as he look like, and people say, hey, you're that guy from the Daily Wire. So and then he tried to disguise himself poorly. And
this is what made it so interesting, or what I think made this very interesting, because he disguised himself. He changed his attire to look like one of the crowd. People, just like the way he was able to interact, like what is a woman, there was a little bit of antagonism and a little bit of defensiveness, just because people know who he is and the angle that he's coming from and like his history and things like this. But with this one, there wasn't that. So he's got this wig with like a little man bun. He actually like deliberately dresses like one of the people he talked to, and one is a woman. And so there aren't those assumptions going in, and he has really interesting and I think very revealing conversations.
Yeah, it's very interesting how you mentioned antagonism on this one. He talked to everybody. I mean, there was the fact that with these people, especially the big money makers of this industry, he had to pay. Maybe that helped. Right? Because he's paying for the interview, so the person that's treating him as bad or as good as he is as a customer. And no matter what movement, we still believe the customer is always right. But anyways, it's very interesting. He follows something that is not new. Other people did. Sacha Baron Cohen did with Borat and some of the other characters. The Daily Show. Jon Stewart and his gang do the same thing. He goes to the heart of the monster, to the heart of the enemy's headquarters, and asks questions. And at some point, he trapped them on their own discourse. And you have like some really fun moments on exposing these people on the weakness of their beliefs and their the system. On the other hand,
and like him or not, I feel like he is a good interviewer, because he didn't really ask any leading questions. He just kind of like asks a question, let them say their thing. He does ask good follow-up questions, and very cleverly kind of got people to a point where they had to admit absurdities. Like, your daughter should be watching Moana, but no, she cannot dress up as her for Halloween. Yeah, that would be so racist. And that's just like a little example.
Yeah, and it's very interesting on how it takes like simple questions to implode those theories, because they give the answer, and the problem
he didn't have to like manufacture anything. He was just like turn on the camera and say like, okay, am I racist?
Yeah,
and everything else just kind of.
And then the answer that comes back implode their own. The problematic on those theories. It was also refreshing to see regular people out there having really strong, good opinions. So it's good to see that there's people out there that no matter what they look, and some people look very different, what the media or what the liberal side would say, oh, that guy is racist. But then you go talk to him and you realize that it's not the case. And some people there wouldn't credit much because the way they look outside, they give really important, really based answers. Also, the power of the ones being used for this whole industry, black people. There was a black people, an immigrant, and he knows how the world is out there, out of the United States of America. And we have laws when you have the protections of the Constitution, and his answers show how this whole thing is, if anything, silly, is stupid, because here is great, and people trying to find flaws and cracks, which we have problems, but the flaws and cracks they finding and they amplifying for the sake of making money, exploiting people.
Yeah, making money and accumulating power.
Yeah. So
and influence.
Yeah, there's a quote at the end, not spoiler, but I guess it's a known quote that Thomas Sowell saying that racism is not dead, is on what's it called? Is on the hospital. It's
it's on life support.
It's on life support, and who's keeping racism life support is people
politicians
trying to gain power, politicians and people trying to make money out of it,
yeah.
And it's a fact. Anyways,
fun
movie. Movie theater was packed.
Yeah.
And people, I thought it would be like half of the audiences laughing and half walking away, but I guess people that went to see, they knew what they were going to see. Nobody was surprised and had to leave.
Yeah, and I don't think just because of who this comes from, I don't think a whole lot of people on the left are going to go see it. Maybe a few, certainly like journalists and movie critics
but those, they have to stay to the end. It's the minimum if you're reviewing a movie.
Right. So I feel like it's kind of like Reagan. Like the only people who are going to go see Reagan are people who are big fans of Ronald Reagan.
Yeah,
like
but
this one, the only people who are going to come see this are the people who are open to Matt Walsh and open to the Daily Wire, which is definitely like a subset of the population.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
The smart people that probably don't need to see the movie because they already know those ideas and they commungate. Is that a word?
It is now.
Commungate. You're gonna have to Google it to what it means.
Okay.
Commungate with the same ideas. Share the same ideas.
Yeah.
So it's funny. I saw a documentary back in the day with a friend. He was a physicist. And he was very, very super, think of a nerd, super nerd. And I'm a bit of a nerd. But he was like...
You're a bit of a nerd.
Yeah, so. Anyways, and he was really into his works, his studies. It was rare to go somewhere, anywhere. And I was like, hey, let's go see this documentary. So we saw the documentary. And because he was alienated, in a good way, he was doing his work. Alienated to his work, he had no idea what was going on in the world. So he saw the documentary. He's like, we have to do something about it. How is this possible? So it changes his life. So in some ways, this movie it benefits everybody. Everybody's gonna have a good time, gonna learn. But it's anything that it would benefit people that are not familiar with the Daily Wire. And if anything, consumes everything from liberal media, that will teach you all sorts of bad things. And when they not the one they find out, because some of the bad things they teach you, they know they're bad. But when they get caught, they don't even try to correct. They just say, and coming up next, the weather, But anyways, fun movie. The movie theater was packed. It has some nods to Utah that was very surprising.
So embarrassing.
Right away.
So embarrassing. Just right off the bat.
When the camera pointed at the couch and those ladies, it's like, I know those ladies. No, I cannot be.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good things, Utah. Oh, no.
Anyways, Am I Racist? Am I Racist by Matt Walsh is available in theaters everywhere. If you cannot find it at your movie theater, you can go to amiracist.com and you have this theaters all over the country. You can find one near you. But the whole thing about going to watch a movie not knowing, it's like the economic aspects of the day. I don't think anyone gonna, besides the whole I want to be surprised thing with that theaters are doing, right? I don't think people go like, I'm gonna go see this movie in the dark, because the marketing for every movie is like there's so many trailers, TV spots,
it's really hard
radio
to go,
ads, and with the internet you're bombarded with that too. So yeah, most likely one go see a movie and knows a little bit, if not too much, about a
Yeah.
movie. It's not like someone's like, "Yeah, let's go to the movie," and then see the names there. It's like, "Oh, let's see. Oh, this one sounds good." I
Yeah.
don't think. I think that's a thing of the past.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
There are some very few people out there who manage to not participate in pop culture that much, but most.
Oh,
people, yeah.
but it's like you
But
get
also,
it.
they're not going to movie theaters very often.
I guess there's the people too.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Am I Racist? Available everywhere. You should go see it.
Yeah, you should. Okay, we also got to see Alien Romulus this week.
Yeah, the something installment. I can't remember how many.
There have been so many, and because there's also a couple where, or like there's one where like, oh, it's not really an alien movie, and then all of a sudden, it is.
Yeah, it was
so-
kept hidden. There was a little moving in it finally, but it was like it's again another like we were just talking. It's one of the things that you try to hide, and yeah.
Yeah, you can only hide it for so long.
Like some guy in Hollywood saying it's not con. It's not con. It's not con. It was con, and nobody bought it. That it was not con.
There was an article about somebody who's trying to convince everyone that Benedict Cumberbatch was the best con. I love the guy. I loved the guy before everybody loved the guy, but Ricardo Montalban, guys.
Yeah, I actually like him as a bad guy. He's a good bad guy.
He is.
If anything, he's better than being a good guy, because even when he's a good guy, they make sure he's not a likable good guy.
It's true. Doctor Strange. I think he's a great Doctor Strange.
And Sherlock.
And Sherlock, but yeah, both characters are notably douche canoes on a regular basis. So.
Yeah. Anyways.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry. Pardon me.
But
Romulus.
Yes, Alien Romulus. This one has alien on the name, so.
Yeah. We knew what it was, and it returns to the formula. Unsuspecting people make a mistake, release the alien. Terror and chaos ensue, and someone is left standing at the end.
So this one takes place in between the first Alien movie in the 70s and the second one chronologically. It's Weyland Yutani. Weyland Yutani Corporation goes to rescue Alien, the creature, from what's the name of the ship?
I don't remember the name of the ship, but basically, like, they go find. Remember, you know how she like jettisons it from the out into space. Weyland Yutani sends a ship to retrieve it from space and to study it, and it kind of ties into what we see in what was the one with Fassbender?
It connects to Prometheus.
Yeah.
And it basically connects everything together.
Yeah, this like Weyland obsession with like creation and creating the ultimate life form and all that stuff.
It does have a cameo that ties everything in an interesting way. Visually beautiful, really well done.
Yeah.
I thought it was not saying that it's bad, but very derivative of most, if not most, at least the first Alien movie. It's the girl and the robot fighting aliens. And it's like there's some visual like scene sequences that's like exactly the same as, which is not a problem. But the storyline, if it doesn't start like any of the movie, it definitely ends like basically the same as yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But intense.
It was very intense. I was freaked out, and it took me a little while to come down. Like even when we were leaving the theater and getting in the car, it was still kind of like jumpy.
Gee, wow!
So dark.
Yeah, I guess it was the first Alien movie you saw in the theaters.
No,
right?
I've seen others in theaters, but just
Yeah,
something
which
about.
one?
Oh, I can't remember.
No, we didn't see any
Are
Alien
you
movie.
sure?
Alien? No, unless we saw some like anniversary.
No.
Yeah, no,
I
because
could have sworn we've seen one in the
Prometheus
theater.
I saw in the theater back in Brazil.
Yeah. Okay, maybe it is the first one I saw in the theater.
And what's the other one called?
I am the wrong person to ask.
Prometheus, Covenant. The Covenant we saw. It took me forever to watch Covenant. Actually, I saw
That's
a
right.
long time after it was even out.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
either way, I thought it was well made, even if it's not the most like groundbreaking, new, fresh, creative, because it is definitely, yeah, it definitely like follows the formula of the first 2, 3. Anyway, I thought it was really fun. It's definitely a good like spooky season movie.
If anything, connecting, expanding the universe of where this whole thing takes place, it's like it kind of closes the cycle to if Prometheus and the Covenant, they were exploring the past and expanding the story backwards. And this one connects that to the original movies and ends the story because it doesn't move the plot, how the universe is dealing with the aliens. Anyways, it's interesting, it's fun, dark, it's out there. Alien, I don't know if they're gonna make more, but probably they are making more. Actually, they're making a TV show. It's called Alien Earth. So we'll see how they're gonna deal with that. If they're gonna follow the Sigourney Weaver formula that is basically it, or if they're gonna move into different directions. But yeah, Alien Romulus is out there. You should check. It's fun, especially if you're fan of the franchise.
Yeah, if you like the franchise, you like this one because it fits right in.
Yeah, but yeah, talking about things that you do with the same. Not saying that this movie was bad, but the trailer for the new Gladiator is like, oh, okay. Well, why is there so crowded? Oh, he died.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It feels like what they're gonna do with the fall of the Roman Empire or something like that.
This is kind of what it looks like.
Because at the end of the first Gladiator, it felt like Maximus. He was like.
Yeah.
Giving power to the people, and the age of Caesars, and then this one starts with Caesars, twin Caesars or something like that.
Yeah, and my Roman history is not like that solid. I feel like what makes Gladiator such a great film, besides the spectacular setting, is Maximus. It's Maximus, and it's who he is and what he's fighting for.
Yeah.
If
it's
they
a
don't
revenge
have
story. It's a cool revenge story.
Yeah, but it's not just revenge. Like he's a man who he wants his wife, he wants his kids, he wants his farm. Like he's so wholesome. He's fighting for the most pure and beautiful human things.
And he's a warrior. He's a general, but he doesn't want that. He's doing that as a duty. He wants to go back to the farm.
And that's why it's so good, like that. And so you could take that guy and you could put him in a different setting, a different time period, and it would still be like, so good. I don't know. I'm not convinced that this movie's gonna have that. Based on this trailer, from the trailer, we got a lot of like, spectacular, ancient Rome, like the height of the Roman Empire before the fall. Denzel Washington, which granted, that is a great reason to watch a movie. Man. So, but is it gonna have like the heart and soul of Gladiator? I'm not convinced.
Yeah, the heart dies. Anyways,
yeah.
But there's it's coming. We're gonna see. I mean, the music of the Gladiators is like spectacular, and this one doesn't excite. I don't know. Maybe the music in the Gladiator trailer didn't excite you. I can't
they don't always have like the music for the trailer,
but. Is
we'll
definitely see. And there was like fun. There's one of the Caesars. His name is Occasionus. It's not Occasionus. It's Ocasius or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's so. Anyways, Gladiator 2 is coming soon. It was just a nod to the trailer that I saw.
Okay, Jackpot.
We saw the new Jackpot on Amazon Prime.
This is John Cena and Awkwafina.
Yeah, by Paul Feig.
Et al.
And Paul Feig is like, he has some really funny stuff. Granted, Bridesmaids was spectacular. Everybody loves it. But they had like incredible.
It's hard to start with something like that.
They have like huge star power there. Like they had Kristen Wiig height. They had
Melissa McCarthy. Before she was overdone.
Maya Rudolph. And is that Erin Grace? No, it's the Australian girl.
Shoot.
Rose Byrne. And it's like they do spectacular job.
Yeah.
So after that, he's been like hitting and missing, more missing than hitting. McCarthy did a couple more with him, and then she left to work with her husband. And he did this one. It's not terrible, but it feels like
It's a good one for streaming. I would have been
Yes.
annoyed if we saw that in the theater.
Yeah, it is a futuristic scenario, a hypothetical scenario where there's a lottery and
In Los Angeles.
and there's this rule that whoever kills the winner in the first 24 hours takes the prize. So it's like an absurd idea because it's funny, or would be funny. I don't know, but it creates this whole John Wick scenario where everybody comes out of the dark with knives to kill the.
Oh, because that's the other thing. You can't use guns.
That's right.
You cannot use a gun. And so, like, these two rules, and everybody has, like, if you participate in the lottery, you have this, like, little card-sized device that will show you a picture of the jackpot winner. So
It will track you.
And where you are, yeah. So it's a very simple premise, but basically sets us up for, an hour of comedic, over-the-top, unnecessarily creative violence. And so it was funny, and John Cena is a funny guy.
Yeah.
And Awkwafina is a funny girl.
It's funny. They make fun of themselves at some point that she says something about YouTubers and wrestlers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And Simu Liu?
Yes.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi is in it.
Master Kung Fu. Did they call Master Kung Fu?
No.
What they call the movie? Shang-Chi?
10,000 Rings?
Shang-Chi?
10,000
okay.
Rings,
There's a
10
character in
Rings.
the books who's known as
Yeah.
Shang-Chi, and Master of Kung Fu was sometimes one, sometimes the other.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's there playing a villain again. I feel like a trend because we've been seeing him on the things as a villain. And I guess it's a good way to get work because when you play the hero, you're being like known and crystallized as that hero. You might not like Mark Hamill, right? For years, even now, he's Luke Skywalker, and the only thing he did was Luke Skywalker. Everything else is either forgettable or he shouldn't do it.
I would disagree. I mean, because his two other roles, his two other like most memorable roles for me would be Joker, and Fire Lord Ozai.
Sure, like 30, 40 years later.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
True.
And that's animation.
So
it was a new market. It was a new market for him. But it's different than Harrison Ford. That right out of the gate he became the most popular superstar in the world without taking his shirt off, right? Because we had like Rambo, Schwarzenegger, those tough guys, big superstars, true. But they were like. And Harrison Ford
was never like bodybuilder. Yeah. He's always fit.
He was sort of the nerd, like Jack Ryan movies.
That's true, Jack Ryan. Even Indy at the beginning with his glasses.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So there's all that. Yeah. So one of the question. Anyways, but Awkwafina and John Cena, they're funny. It's. I think with Awkwafina is hit or miss, and I think this one she had
with John Cena.
Yeah. But I think still her best was a Crazy Rich Asians. Which is
that was very funny.
Yeah, which she's not even that much, right? Because she's not the main character. But it's like there's things that's like, what is she saying? I'm not an animal, Rachel. It's like things that's like,
Yeah, I really liked her character in Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
I liked her character a lot in Shang-Chi.
But anyways, but this one is fun. It's funny. You see like random, interesting, funny cameos. You see Stanley from The Office, Machine Gun Kelly, and others.
Yeah, lots of making fun of Los Angeles and Hollywood and showbiz, which is a punching bag I don't get tired of.
Yeah,
I probably should. It's kind of cliche, but it's funny.
Yeah,
but not like movie theater funny.
No.
Like you're bored on the weekend and need a laugh.
If you were a John Cena fan, if you can see him because stuff. He's the unseeable.
That's right.
But if you Awkwafina fan, you should check this one. It's I'm sorry. It's for the fans. Again, Paul Feig is he does have a cameo at the end of the movie, and there's Jackpot is available on Amazon Prime, and
Okay. And last but not least for this week, we watched Chimp Crazy.
Yeah, this week it was a 4-episode documentary series on HBO, another documentary, and this one there's a lot of controversial things about it from the same creator of Tiger King.
Can he be credited as the creator of Tiger King, or just the guy
show,
who
the show?
Yeah.
The show is named Tiger King.
Yeah.
He created the show.
Yeah. But I feel like with Tiger King, like that's just a freaking gold mine, and I feel like this documentary really highlighted it because this one was interesting, it was compelling, there was some crazy, but it also kind of makes you appreciate just how unhinged the Tiger King is, and how lucky that he was to find that treasure trove of content. He really just had to like splice some stuff together and be like, hey guys, look at this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This one he tries to be I want to say impartial, if anything ambiguous, right? But at the same time, he commits some anti-ethical stuff, having information and withholding information, and then
he gets into a complicated legal spot because So this documentary is called Chimp Crazy, and it follows specifically one woman and her pet chimpanzees. But also kind of looks at this world of pet chimps and the mostly women who
I think so, yeah,
who have them, or at least women or who's featured in the documentary. But the real drama from this is we're kind of following her through a legal case with PETA and this big lawsuit, and so she starts revealing stuff to the camera crew that
only came out with the documentary.
Yeah, but that is like material to the case and the legal case. So then our documentarians kind of get caught in this rock and a hard place. Like, do we like play along so we could tell the story? Do we go to the law because we know that this illegal stuff is happening? Like, what? I don't know. There's a good answer.
Yeah, the ethics are like banned and broken on this one on both sides. When he collaborate with the law to expose what the woman is doing, so he as a man of hypothetically of his word. He gave to the woman that no, you can talk, you can tell me everything, it's gonna be safe. And then next second he goes in.
But
boom.
did they say?
What?
Did he say like, yeah, you can trust me? I won't tell PETA.
Yeah.
Because they were in there explicitly with a camera crew.
Sure.
Like, what did she think was gonna happen? Like, they told her we're making a documentary. Here's the camera crew following around, and she's like, hey, camera crew, look at my setup.
Yeah,
so,
sure. I mean, maybe
that's
not
why I feel
verbally.
like it's kind of a gray
gray
area, because if it was implied that she could trust them, it was also implied that they're gonna expose everything that she's doing.
True, but it's kind of like he's unethical on both sides. On the side that he, let's assume, verbally or non-verbally, he talked to this person, and the person felt safe to talk to him because he wouldn't. I think at some point in the show it's clear that he's not gonna say anything, because at first there is actually an animal a person that works with animal that goes talk to her. The director himself doesn't go. He sent a proxy because he's famous and people wouldn't talk to him.
Well,
because of Tiger King.
People in this type of animal world won't talk to him.
Yeah, because they all know him.
Yeah.
So and at the same time he goes and withheld the information from PETA, and he constantly talking to PETA, and that was one thing that I thought it was it feels like almost financed by PETA, because there's a lot of PETA throughout the show, different than Tiger King, that they were there, but it was not about them. And even though Joe Exotic was doing things improper with the animals, he was not like going to PETA, reporting to PETA, talking to PETA about that. He talked to PETA a bit, and then went back to them.
But also, like, did he find anything? Like in filming the Tiger King case, like, did they, or the Tiger King story, like, did they find anything that PETA didn't know?
That's a good point. I'm not sure. But it's like there was things that are clearly things like that Joe Exotic, like grabbing a gun and stuff like Peter
Yeah.
probably would just not be happy about it. I don't know if they already knew, but
Look at it.
again,
Like Tiger King didn't like keep a lot of
he
secrets.
he broadcasted, right? He had it
Yeah.
online. He had the CDs. He sings like such a beautiful voice.
That's what I'm saying. Like Tiger King is he's like a gift for what's his name? Eric Good? Is that the name
Yes.
of the guy? Yeah. Just like a gift for this guy, because Tiger King, he already had this trove of his own footage.
Yeah.
He was already recording himself and telling his story and building the character. Like the work was done. It just took a lot. Well, I imagine a lot of editing
Oh yes.
and maybe some follow-up interviews.
Yeah.
Not to diminish Eric Good's work there, and what a gift Tiger King was during the pandemic. You know, in March and April of 2020, we really needed that. But anyway, so this one we don't have that same kind of character, that same kind of flair, but we do still have our main character.
She's still a
who's
character.
really out
She's
there.
still a character. Yeah.
Yeah, and this really compelling story for like the relationship with these chimpanzees, and he does kind of show us like both sides. And there's this interview like at the very end where anyway, he kind of shows us some different sides of this relationship between these chimpanzees and their owners, who are also their families, and like how complicated it gets. And then like the ethics of it. It's interesting. So it's not as exciting or hilarious as Tiger King. And there is
But there's
legal
some
case
fun.
with
But there's
PETA.
some funny moments. Yeah.
There are some funny moments, and
Crazy
there is
funny moments.
yeah. There's
It's
definitely
sad. So there's some very sad moments.
This is a lot more sad than Tiger King,
Yeah.
I think. And Tiger King had some pretty sad moments, but then they break it out. Like you start feeling like, oh man, this is really messed up, and then he'd say something like, "I'll never financially recover from this." Never mind, it's a meme. It's fine. This one's like just sad.
If anything, it might give you like it's like, how I want to rewatch Tiger King. Tiger King was so into second season. When they thought they were done, they come up with more. It was like,
There was
what?
more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the plane. The guy who's like, I'm going to spend my fortune trying to get a pardon for the Joe Exotic.
Right.
What the actual heck?
And the other crazies. But anyways, the crazy we talked about is Chimp Crazy.
Yeah.
It's available on HBO Max, whatever they call it these days. You should check it. If you like Tiger King, if you like Eric Good's work in this one, the shortest 4 episodes, you should, it's
it's worth a watch.
Available out there.
Okay, Beetlejuice 2 is doing pretty well in the box office.
Yeah, it did a big splash with 110 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's good timing. People love the first one, and I feel like this one holds up.
Yeah,
so.
and we go to the movies, you still see people still dressing up as I hope she was dressing up for the movie.
That's true. Yeah, we saw this one with an outfit. Like he thought Beetlejuice, I thought Harry Potter, because our theater's doing
it could be Harry Potter.
a Harry Potter thing. Like, or it just she could just be
it was just a
a
Thursday
woman
night.
with a strong sense of fashion.
Thursday night date.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're really into it, you can hop over to Home Depot after the show, where they have a 6-foot-tall Beetlejuice animatronic.
Yeah, just in time for Halloween.
Because that's what everybody wants at their house is Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Okay. Borderlands did not do so well.
Oh, it did terribly.
Like, so bad.
Yeah. We didn't see yet.
And that's fine with me. Yeah.
But I'm not really. I never played the game, even though I know people that are fans of the game. But the way the game looks for me, it never caught me, so I never tried. But the movie finished its run. By run, I mean the entire time there was out in the theaters, and made 30 million.
Yeah.
And that's what a bad movie makes when it opens. Right?
Yeah. This is the entire run.
The entire run, weeks. The movie cost 150 million, so they're already losing a lot of money, because I think the budget does not include marketing, which is a big chunk. So yeah, big fail for Borderlands.
Like this is a fail. Like I can't even make fun of that. Like, that just hurts.
But
I'm really sorry, guys.
Jack Black, super successful Mario video game adaptation. Terrible on this one. But then comes the next one. What's it called? Minecraft. Which, come on.
Trailer does not look good.
It sucks. But anyways.
Moving on. Yeah. Okay.
At least he has his band. Oh, never mind.
Okay, Sundance has been looking for a new location. This feels like a toxic relationship breakup type thing. They've narrowed down the host city search to 3 finalists: Boulder, Colorado, Cincinnati, Ohio, and
Provo, Park City, Salt Lake City. I thought the idea was to change, and then you keep. I don't know.
And this is why it feels like a toxic melodrama relationship where they're like, "Oh, we're over. I'll see you tomorrow."
Yes.
What the heck, guys?
Yeah, I wonder if this they don't want to change because what's his bucket? Robert Redford has a ranch up there. It's called Sundance, and is because of his movie Sundance, Butch Cassidy's Kid.
Sundance Kid.
So there's all that, and I wonder if the whole the whole selecting towns. It's just a fallacy. It's just like to give a impression of democracy. But they don't want to change. They're not going to change. But it's we vote, and
Yeah, or maybe give people something to talk about.
Also, yeah.
Festivals hey, we're relevant and exciting and new.
Yeah, but yeah, so they still going. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Okay, Neil Gaiman. Oh, this is so sad.
Yeah, so Neil Gaiman was caught on a assault allegations, which halted the production of season 3, final season of Good Omen.
But he has offered to step aside, and maybe if he's not involved in, it's his IP, but if he steps aside, maybe they can keep moving forward while they work out these assault allegations.
Yeah.
We shall see. Here's a sentence I never thought I would say. Chick-Fil-A is moving aggressively into entertainment with their own streaming service.
Yeah, it's different. It's interesting, but it's like, if you have a big brand and you want to invest in something, let's see what happens. It might something might.
Let's invest in a thoroughly saturated market.
Yeah, but it's an option, right?
I guess.
Maybe, I don't know. It will be. Chick, I cannot think of any pun. Let's move on.
Yeah, okay. All right, the fate of Blade and Armor Wars is up in the air, but will probably be decided by the end of the year.
Well, Armor Wars, it would be fun. With Tony Stark, it would be fun, but Tony died. They're going to use the secondary character of Jim Rhodes by Don Cheadle. And it's taking so long. There's at this point nobody misses, nobody cares. Same with Ironheart, but Ironheart is coming. I think finally with Blade. This changed. They had 6 scripts. They finally come up with the genius idea of Blade killing vampires will be the main plot, which is really, guys. It took you 6 scripts to decide that. And there was this joke on Deadpool and Wolverine. They're talking about variants this and variants this, and then Wesley Snipes stand up and said, "There's only one Blade." It was it felt like it was yeah, baby.
And I'll be honest. Okay, so I only saw Blade once. I saw it recently, but when he walks in Deadpool and Wolverine, I was so pumped. The guy, he walks in, he is walking charisma. He just walks into that scene, you're oh snap.
Yes.
And this movie should have been a lock, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because all Wesley Snipes had to do was walk in there and turn and look at somebody, and you're oh my gosh, this movie should have been so straightforward. It should have been a lock. And if they
and it's so cool. It's a guy that kills vampires. You know what more than that? But the Marvel's not be able to do it. They lost the director twice. The actor almost walked out of the set.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But at this point, if they cancel, it's sure, fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds did more in half a dozen scenes with Blade then.
Yeah.
That's tragic. Anyway, Pixar has announced Toy Story 5. It's coming in summer of 2026.
Okay, you heard of it? We not expecting. Okay, let's see.
Yeah. Temuera.
Maybe it will be genius. I doubt it.
Toy Story 4 was better than it should have been.
4?
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's given that it shouldn't exist at all. And they managed to introduce a couple of compelling characters and have some good moments.
Have you rewatched it?
No.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember.
But also, I
very
work with
vaguely.
kids, so like I'm in kind of a different space.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember very little about it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's different. Like when a movie touches you, you remember like details. I don't know. Anyways,
Okay, Mandalorian and Grogu.
Temuera Morrison says Boba Fett will not return for the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Which I think is good. We can close that book.
Yeah, the Boba Fett show was a disservice. It
started so well.
the best thing about the show was when the Mandalorian shows up. When Din Djarin.
Well, it started
Din Djarin
Yeah.
shows up.
It started so strong with Patton Oswalt Parks and Rec filibuster opening. So strong. And then like diving deep into the Sand People, the Tusken Raiders. So
Dance
cool.
with the Wolves.
So interesting. Yes. And then he gets to Mos Eisley and
Yeah, the hipsters driving pink.
the
pink.
Moz, what was that? It wasn't good. And him just like and then after that, because the whole show was just him walking around like, oh man, what are we gonna do? I don't know. All right, back to the palace.
The Marshal was cool. What's his book? Timothy Oliphant. It was
that's a good character. But again, that's a character from The Mandalorian.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So it started strong, and then it went poof.
Yeah.
And then Mando shows
and
up,
then
and
the
we're like,
good
never
things
mind,
came
this
from
is
the other
awesome.
show, yeah.
Anywho, The Gentleman has been renewed for season 2 at Netflix.
It had a strong season 1. It
Yeah.
was fun, so we can't wait to see the second one.
Acapulco, I thought, had a perfect finale after season 3.
Yeah, it had this strong finale with
Yeah.
season 3, but they coming up with more. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So that's season 4 is coming from Apple TV Plus. The Tonight Show. This is Jimmy Fallon's late night show.
Yeah, the fall in death of late night TV. It's local affiliates wants more time, so they want to push those late shows later into the night. And also this is a phenomenon they're trying hard to make it happen, but this one actually happened. It was announced that Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon will move from 5 days a week to 4 days a week. So yeah, they could do a fifth night on streaming, which, exclusive content. If you really like, you're gonna pay for it. But at this point, they're decreasing, which is a sign of a dying segment of television.
Yeah, and I think it's because like so much of what they do there has been like easily replaced by more interesting content on the internet.
Yeah.
Like I think what's the one where they eat hot wings?
Hot Ones? No.
Hot one? No. Either way, like that show, it gives us
Hot Ones?
It gives us a lot of what we used to go to
late night
shows for, but Hot Ones or whatever it's called is more entertaining.
It's Hot Ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay spicy.
Anyway.
Anyways, so yeah, it's in most of the late night was always a comedy with getting a little bit from this celebrity that will promote the book or a movie, and a little bit of their lives, which we're getting online anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, Dark Matter is coming back for season 2 on Apple
Also
TV+.
surprised, I don't know the book, but I thought it was over with season 1. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I thought it ended well, and I was glad it ended, but oh well. Nicolas Cage is cast to play John Madden in a new biopic.
Yeah, Madden, the NHL, big name. And David Russo is a great director. He worked with Bradley Cooper in several movies. And anyways, moving on.
Okay, The Accountant 2 is coming in 2025.
Really great first one. We'll see what happens on the second.
That's right, it's coming in April. So a nice way to wrap up tax season. Okay. Pacific Rim is getting a prequel series.
From legendary Eric Heisner. The first one was spectacular. The second one, it got a little bit like... and there's an animation they still need to watch on Netflix that I want to see. But it's like the original concept was spectacular.
It really was. The first movie's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, the second one was not. I was just going to pretend that didn't happen. Master of the Universe. They're looking at Jared Leto to be Skeletor.
Yes,
Please don't.
they just got oh Jesus, the Brazilian girl. What's the bucket? Cabello? No, that's Camila Cabello. That's someone else.
Okay.
She was on Archie, and she was on.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she's that girl who's Brazilian.
Yes, she was on Archie. What else she was? She was on other things. Isn't that how you spell Archie?
No, it's called Riverdale.
Oh, that's right. It's Archie, but it's not Archie.
Mm-hmm.
Riverdale. Her name is Camilla. Oh, it's Camilla Mendes. That's why I thought of Cabela, because they both Camillas.
That's her name.
So Camilla Mendes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, what's the name of the character? The good girl, the friend of He-Man, the leading lady.
Oh yeah.
Co-star, leading lady.
But who's not She-Ra?
Tila?
Yeah,
Is it Tila?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Andy from the Community. What's the bucket? Bree.
Mm-hmm.
Alison Brie.
Yep.
She's gonna be Evelyn. Get Evelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Evelyn. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they want Jared Leto for Skeletor. No He-Man yet. Let's see if they get Zach. Because Zach on that wrestling movie, he looked like He-Man, right?
That's right,
Yeah.
Zac Efron. We've done. He's shown us he can be in a movie with a terrible haircut and still be very, very good. So
that movie was good.
That movie was phenomenal.
Yeah.
That was a very, very
a
good
wrestling movie. But I mean, historically, we had movies about wrestlers and boxers that are really good, and that one was.
But this one is this is next level.
Yeah, but that one was following a long tradition of good movies. That started with Rocky, or even before.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. Looking at Green Lanterns.
Yes, we heard rumors and we talked about in past weeks about Josh Brolin, Matthew McConaughey, and some others who would be on the list. Josh was the top of the list. He said no. Matthew McConaughey was maybe the second. Also said no. We don't know why they said no. Maybe they're busy, but the search keeps going. The search moves on.
Okay.
Now the search. I don't know. Where is it? The search for Harry Potter started. They're looking for kids in Britainland.
England, Great Britain, the UK.
Yes. Britainland.
Yeah,
Brilland.
Sure.
Anyway, so yeah, a whole new set of characters for the HBO TV show.
Netflix. Boy, howdy, what a gift they're giving us. An animated retelling of Twilight from Edward's perspective. Yay.
Okay. Retelling? Yeah. The only retelling I thought was fun was Timon. What's it called? Lion King?
1.5?
1.5. Yeah. I heard the book Ender's Game. I heard.
Yes, that's a very good one. Ender's Shadow, I think is the one.
Yes, at some point too.
Yeah. And that one is very good because it's not just like, oh, we're going to tell the story again, but with this character, like from this character we get a whole set of insights into Ender's Game that don't change it per se, but just it gives it a lot of depth.
Yeah.
So that's actually very well done.
So I guess it's possible. We'll see.
Yeah. But Ender's Game, like you got to start with something that's really solid and meaningful and good media, and that doesn't apply here.
Wait, you bashing on the highlight in Twilight? You don't like Twilight?
No.
Okay. Oh, wow. I thought you were a big fan.
You're kidding, right?
No.
Oh, Twilight's terrible.
I mean, it's niche.
Sure, and the niche is terrible.
Oh, you're forgetting that you were a little girl back in the day.
I've read the books. I was in college. I read every book.
Yeah.
I've seen the first movie.
Oh, well, you like the books.
And while I was reading them, and then I finished reading them, and like the hype wore down. I was like, "What the heck was that?"
The what? The what?
After like the hype, because when you're reading it, you're like caught up in the emotion.
Oh,
I see. Oh my gosh!
I
This is so romantic. And then you put it down, and you're like, "Wait a second, that wasn't romantic. This is like an abusive relationship. Edward's a stalker, and this girl Bella, like she's insane, and this is like
he is a vampire."
Right. Anyway, this is a discussion that's been had. The point is, it's not a good story.
Anyways, So talking about not a good story, Rings of Power on Amazon is getting like really low viewership, which might cancel the show. Even though Amazon signed up for 5 seasons, but people are not watching, so yeah. Anyways, we didn't start the second season. It's like there's no hurry.
Yeah, I don't really care if we see it or not.
It's out there.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. Okay, but not everything is terrible in the land of Middle Earth. As they're working on Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum, Ian McKellen is talking about maybe coming back as Gandalf. He said, "I would love to go back to New Zealand, number one. I also don't like the idea of anybody else playing Gandalf. His enthusiasm for the Lord of the Rings shows no sign of abating. I can't tell you any more than that. I've just been told there are going to be more films and Gandalf will be involved, and they hope that I'll be playing him."
Oh, it's like, come on.
Obviously, we hope
the guy is asking. He's like, he's willing.
Yeah.
He's like, just let him do it.
Yeah.
Also, Orlando Bloom about this whole thing said, Peter Jackson says jump. I say how high.
Yeah.
So,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Which he could do because his elf feet. He's very light on his feet.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, Hogwarts Legacy. They're working on a sequel, and it's one of Warner Brothers' biggest priorities.
Which makes sense. The first game was a success.
It's a great game.
It looked good. I didn't play. She played. But it definitely is one that I would, and I still might. I have other games on the list, but since we have it, I might still play it.
Yeah, you should go for it. It's fun. Indiana Jones hat sold for $630,000 at auction. To which I say, it belongs in a museum.
Right.
I don't know who bought it, what they're doing with it. But.
Yeah. And talking about real life hero, coming on a blaze of glory on his on steel horse he rode. John Bon Jovi this week saved a woman from jumping from a bridge.
Yeah.
So he was filming a music video in the area, and this woman was about to jump. He went to talk to her, and he talked to her to get out of the situation.
Talked her down, and hopefully she'll be okay.
And this week you had the passing of the great Sir. Was he a Sir? No, he was American. The great James Earl Jones, the voice of Darth Vader. He was also on Conan. He was also on, what's his bucket? If you build it, they will come. Yeah.
Basically, the voice.
Field of Dreams. He was the only respectable and honest thing about CNN. He was the voice. This is CNN.
Yes.
The G. Jones. Sandlot. Yes. So Jack Ryan movies.
That's right.
Yeah. So our sentiments to the family. May he rest in peace, and his memory will live on. I think not long ago he renamed one of the Broadway theaters as James Earl Jones Theater.
Oh, good.
Anyways, with that we say, may the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
If more than anything, have a good week. We see you next time. May the force be with you.
Oh, live long and prosper.
Again.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.